Every year I have to do this evaluation called a Certificate of Merit for piano. It's pretty much composed of a theory test, a piano repertoire test, technique, and sight reading. This past year I have done level 6, which is pretty hard. I had to take a really long theory test, play some really hard songs in front of a judge too, and they judge you pretty hard, so you need to make sure to play very well. When you first come to the place where the CM is being held, you need to first register to the teachers at the front desk. Then they take you to the theory room where you start your theory test. While you are working on it, the runners come to pick you up and take you to your evaluation room. There you meet the judge and they tell you what to play, then you play it. You need to play 4 songs, at least 2 by memory, a whole sheet of technique, and a 2-line sight reading piece. Right after the past evaluation, I again start practicing for next year because it creeps up very quickly. I do the Certificate of Merit because I feel like it will help me in the future. It teaches me a lot about music. All you get is a pencil that changes colors and a certificate. It's not that special, but once you complete all the levels and level 10 and you leave the program, you get a real medal, a certificate, and a whole lot of music in your brain. I started on level 4, and then I skipped a level to level 6, which is last year. The Certificate of Merit cuts into my daily life a lot because I end up practicing for it a lot. Can't wait till next year.
Carlin is really direct.
Carlin is passionate.
Carlin is organized.
Carlin is powerful.
My name is Carlin Krankovich, and I'm captain of the rugby team. I'm the senior class president of AVID. I'm a manager where I work. I'm a big sister. I'm a daughter. I'm a mom. But I'm a lesbian.
I've known her since middle school, since 6th grade. We've been pretty good friends all throughout, from 6th grade up to now. She really stands up for what she believes in. I know that. She's very, very passionate.
She is a go-getter, a very motivated and organized student.
She's a hard worker. She's a dedicated student. She's a good sister. She's also a great person, you know. She takes care of people. She helps them when they need help. And that's just her personality. That's who she is.
I feel like I would consider myself a very normal and average student. I'm in AP classes. I'm very involved in my campus. I try to help out when I can with all the spirit weeks and stuff like that. And I'm very into those kind of things, but to a certain point, I've kind of given up on it. Like, I don't even want to be part of my high school experience anymore because I feel like part of that's been taken from me and no one is worrying about it or caring that I feel excluded. So there's been multiple occasions where I've felt targeted by the staff directly, and I'm not the only student that's feeling this way.
This year, with the change of the new principal, we almost instantly felt like we needed to go back into the closet.
I feel that I'm targeted. You know, I'm seen as an outstander or somebody who isn't normal, and that's not the case.
I've seen the makeup of Del Campo student population change over the last 14 years. Our campus has become more diverse in many different ways. I think that our staff does not necessarily reflect our students. We have a staff that's willing to learn and willing to grow, but I don't think that we're there yet.
A lot of teachers don't necessarily know how people identify. They may have heard gay, straight, and maybe transgender, but there's so much more to it than that, and we have a lot of students coming in here with different identities. So I think a teacher training, and a mandatory teacher training is essential.
I'm hoping for Del Campo to use this as a way to live up to our big name. We are a school to be reckoned with. But if you go a little deeper, we're wrecking ourselves inside. There's certain students here that don't feel like this campus is all that don't feel like they have this opportunity. And so I feel like me vocalizing for the student that maybe isn't as confident, that maybe doesn't understand it as well, doesn't understand themselves as well, I think that me vocalizing for them is gonna give them a chance to be in their normal high school experience. We're not asking for you to scream from rooftops that you accept us. We're asking to just be part of your high school experience.
I am empowered and inspired by our youth.
I am ambitious.
I am a human.
I am driven.
I am international.
I am blessed.
I am educated.
The culture here at Del Campo was never a bad culture. I enjoyed the culture here from day one. There are individuals at any high school, and every high school, that make bad decisions on a daily basis.
So back in September, there was an incident where a group of girls had found a black baby doll and decided to hang it in a locker and wrap string around its neck. This situation intended to blow up, and parents and staff and students ended up not feeling safe at the campus.
So our department was called to help out with Del Campo's response to a racial incident that occurred a couple of months ago, and we worked really closely with a committee of folks at Del Campo to help the student body and the adults in the system address what had happened and how to heal from that and how to move forward to make Del Campo a much more inclusive school for everyone.
And they helped us with a week of inclusive events to really bring our community back together.
So we thought that the I Am Wall was another way to provide student voice so that students could take one aspect of how they identify themselves and share that with the school.
So it's really just gathering that understanding and building on the culture and diversity, celebrating that diversity in a way that's positive and productive, and then just being there to support each other. Whether we're struggling or we're doing well, we want to support people.
This is DC. We're strong, we're diverse, we're powerful, and we can overcome.
My name is Mira Maslianka, and we came to America mostly for the freedom and opportunity. We were looking for the opportunity to raise kids in a better environment for them, and also to have a chance to get education. Before we came to America, we lived in Ukraine. At that time, it was USSR, not Ukraine itself, but USSR. It was different, much different. Before we came, we've heard a lot of things about America. It depends what sources. The USSR told us a lot of stuff, that America has a lot of homeless people, a lot of hatred. There is no chances to find a job. It was propaganda in their way. For us, America was really what we've heard of. It was a rich country. It was much easier for the people to live and to work, which is not always true. Well, our journey to America was really long. We started in 1989 in October, and we came to America in February of 1990. We started from Ukraine, and we went through Czechoslovakia, through Austria. We spent 2 weeks in Austria, and also we spent 3.5 months in Italy. And from Italy, we came to New York. And from New York, we came to California, Sacramento. All our documents were made for us to go to Israel. When we came to Austria, we switched, I would say, journey to America. Because lots of people, lots of our friends went before us to America, so we decided to switch to America also. What we left behind, it was family, of course. It was grandparents of our kids, for our kids, yes, and our families. So our family came later, like in a few years, they started to come. We were trying to learn English. We learned quite a bit when we stayed in Italy. We tried to learn words and words, but when we came to America, wow, it was difficult. We could not, even those words that we knew already, we just could not understand. We tried so hard to learn English. It just impresses me. Our kids were little when we came here. The oldest was 2.5, and my son was 1 year old. I stayed with kids, and later on, little by little, we moved on. We started to live in an apartment, and then we moved. In 6 years, we moved to a house. To become a citizen of United States, it took quite a long time. After 5 or 6 years living in America, we took a test for citizenship and we passed it, and we became citizens of America. America was everything we expected to be, but we are happy. To be an American means to work hard, to be free. You can worship God the way you want. You can have opportunity to accomplish your dream. I am proud to be an American now.
Hi, I'm Dylan. And I'm Gavin. Today we're going to show you how to make instant ice. This is a fun experiment that you can do on a rainy day. It's also very cheap with materials that you can find just around your house. In order to make instant ice, you will need crushed ice, a bottle of fresh water, some table salt, a container with at least 100 milliliters of water, a teaspoon, and a metal cylinder big enough to hold your water bottle. Also, for the experiment, we highly recommend that you have a tray because this experiment can get a little messy. First, pack some crushed ice at the bottom of your metal cylinder and make sure it's thin because you don't want it to be too thick. Then, sprinkle 5 teaspoons of table salt over your thin layer of ice and then place your water bottle inside. Next, add as much ice as can possibly fit around the water. Yet again, sprinkle 5 more teaspoons of salt onto the ice. Now, mix 5 teaspoons of salt into your container of water and pour it into the metal cylinder. Last, add any more ice that you can fit. And now, time for the fun part. You have to wait 30 minutes! Once you have waited 30 minutes, you will need to put an ice cube on your tray. Now, take your water bottle out of your metal cylinder and slowly pour it over the ice cube. And watch it turn to ice before your eyes. How it works is the salt keeps the ice from melting. By pouring the water inside the cylinder, it adds extra coldness that the water bottle needs to freeze on top of itself.
So remember, on a rainy day, if you have nothing to do, instant ice is the perfect thing for you.
My name is Riley. And I'm Matthew. And we're going to show you how to make cookies with our grandma. And she has a website called Nana's Cookie Jar. and she makes all sorts of cool cookies, and you can order them. But first, we need a kitchen.
Much better. So now we're gonna go over the ingredients.
The ingredients you'll need to make your sugary cookie dough is 4 cups of flour, 3/4 cups of cornstarch, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 sticks of unsalted butter, 1 cup of sugar, 2 eggs, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract.
I'm going to get the ingredients together to make the sugar cookie dough. So here I need 4 cups of flour, 3/4 cups of cornstarch, and then I just whisk that together, incorporate it so it's all mixed up, and then I set it aside so that I have to incorporate a cup of sugar with my butter, so I need to cut the butter up. I'm going to put it on the mixer.
So now that it's on the mixer, we need to pull up the bowl and then start it up.
I'm going to stop it and we're going to add the eggs. So here's 2 eggs. Now this can get a little messy, so we start off slow stirring it, and then I'm going to have to cover it with a towel so that we don't get a big puff of flour all over the kitchen, and then incorporate it. So let's start with stirring. I'm going to go ahead and stir it, get it away from the edge of the bowl so that all the wet ingredients have a chance to incorporate. And the next part, you won't be able to see much of it because I have to cover it up. Okay, so it's changed its sound, and now it's all incorporated. Then I take it and I put it into several balls, put it between the parchment paper, and flatten it as much as I can. So I start rolling the dough, and I turn my paper, and I roll, and I can take off the cover. And now it's time to start cutting. So we just try to get as many on here as we can. Just pull the extra out because we're going to re-roll that. So then I'll just take this extra part and add it to another ball that I'm going to take out. Now they're ready to go in the oven. These are really small compared to my hand. So I'm going to put them in the oven. I set the oven at 375, and I'm going to set the timer for 7 minutes. So the timer's going off. I'm going to go ahead and cancel it. We're going to check and see if they're ready. So pull them out. They are done. We're going to let them cool here for a little bit, and then I'll transfer them to the wire wrap. In order to make royal icing, you need 2 pounds of powdered sugar. Put it in a mixing bowl and add 5 tablespoons of meringue powder. Mix it together, and then take 3/4 cup of warm water and 2 or 3 teaspoons of vanilla, and put that in the water. So you're going to stir the meringue powder and powdered sugar in your mixing bowl with a whip, and then slowly add the water vanilla mixture. Once you've made your icing, it's pretty thick, and this is what it looks like. And to make a color, I would then use my color, put some white in a bowl, and then mix it. So now I'm going to mix it, and just so you know, it darkens when it dries. So now I've bottled up all of the icing, and I'm shaking it down to the end so that we can get it to come out. And we're going to take and make an outline. And if you start squeezing and you raise it, you have more control, and you can go around the edge. Now we're going to start filling it in. And then I have a scribe tool, which is just like a pin. These have a little bit of a highlight in it. And we're going to take our scribe and pull it down, wipe it off, pull it down.
And that's how you make cookies.
Hey guys, I'm about to show you 3 magic tricks and how to do them. Hope you like it. Alright, I'm going to take this coin here, okay, grab it like that. And now I'm just going to get my little magic wand here. Pencil, 1, 2, 3, disappears, okay? Welcome to the tutorial of this trick. So, what I'm going to do is you take the penny, right? This, it's not a gimmick or anything. Just put it right there, okay, in that position, as you can see. Okay, this is where the magic happens. As you come in to grab the penny very casually, don't make a big deal out of it, you, as you supposedly grabbing the penny, you just drop it, like that, okay? You just release pressure off your thumb and drop it like so. So as it comes over, looks like you grabbed it. This is called a false transfer, okay? So you take that false transfer, okay? Take it, and now you very casually take your finger like this and grasp the penny between, okay? Now as you slide it into your pocket, you're going to have a pencil lying in your pocket, okay? So penny's right here. As you go in to grab the pencil, drop the penny off, grab the pencil. One continuous movement. Now we just do a little showmanship, you know, show that. You can do whatever you want, but I like to use the pencil to, as an excuse to reach in my pocket and drop the penny. This is how you convince them that there is nothing in your pockets, because they're going to see that, you know, you put your hand in your pocket, so obviously it's going to be there. This is very simple. All you have to do, as you put in your hand, assimilate that your hand is going in farther than your pocket really is. So you're just grabbing that penny and then dragging the thread out, okay? So now it looks like it's not in there. And of course, to make it look real, go in here and do that one, same with that. What I'm gonna do for the second trick is take the penny, place it in my hand like this, go 1, 2, and 3, disappears from my hand. The tutorial for that trick. That trick is called a strike vanish. This is a pretty intermediate to advanced trick, but with some practice, it is really a killer illusion. So what you do is you take the pencil and grasp it between your middle or your index and your thumb, like so, and just that, not in your hand. So, and you just tap it, 1, 2, on the third you come up and you throw it and catch it. So you throw the penny up and you catch it in your hand like so. And as you're coming down, just casually do it so it looks like it disappears, okay? And we want to do it fast enough to where they can't see it, but slow enough so where it just doesn't look like you're going like that and it looks really awkward. Well, on to the third trick. The card trick, okay? I'm gonna take the top card, which is a 7 of diamonds, as you can see there, and we're going to put it right there. Snap, and it turns into a 6 of hearts, and then goes right back onto the top of the deck. All right, see you in the tutorial. All right, this trick is called the double lift. It's a very simple, easy trick. It is done by just simply lifting up 2 cards as one, just like so, okay? So I have 2 cards here, right? Just squaring them up and lifting them. And for this routine, I just flipped them over, show that it was the 5 of clubs in this case. And I put the top card, which is the joker, right here, some showmanship, and then show that it changed to a joker. this is a very good trick, and here's some tips for it. Keep practicing just lifting it up with one card, and you know exactly how it looks in real life. Thank you so much for watching that, guys. Magic has been a really big part of my life, and you know, being social and everything. And those are just a few tricks that I learned, you know, early in my life, and I hope you can use them to impress your friends and be more social. So I hope you like that. Practice, practice, practice. Don't give up. See you guys.